Alright y'all, welcome back. We are about to work on the Subaru. Saying hello to the YouTube. So my sister's in the video now.
Hey.
Alright, so it finally came in, the timing belt cover for the Subaru. We are gonna drain the coolant, and then we're gonna take the timing belt covers out. We're just gonna inspect all the timing belt components and the belt itself. I know it's not damaged by any means, but this is just safe practice, since while I'm taking the main cover out that got damaged, we might as well just look at the other parts of it. So if y'all come with me, we'll get there shortly. Okay. Goals. Alright, so we're gonna walk over there. I'm gonna time edit, and then we'll be in front of the Subaru. Alright, so we are back. I have my sister helping me with the cleaning the OEM trunk cover. And you can tell it's OEM because it's not on that side. Nice. So I think here it actually says it's made in Japan, so it's a legit deal. Damn, there was more soap on the bottom. So we're cleaning that, or actually rinsing it off at this point. We have our accountant there, she's just chilling. And so what I'm going to be doing is, let me try to put you guys down and see if I can record you guys, have a better recording here. I don't know if you can see me well, but we're gonna unbox the timing belt cover and inspect it. Be sure that it is good to go. So, you know, be careful when you're using a knife, safety first. This thing kind of thick. Alright, just give me a moment. Sorry you guys have to go through the boring part, but here it is. It's an OEM front timing belt cover. I don't know if you guys can see it. So the one on my car, as you guys saw in the previous video, it's damaged like right here. I'm not gonna take it out of the plastic just yet, but looking at it, it seems to be pretty spot on and perfect. If there's any parts that I have to change over from the old one and put it to this new one, then I'll go ahead and do that. But actually, let me open it because I just remembered something. I am gonna put painter's tape on here, and hopefully this is a good angle. I don't know. We'll find out when it's time to record, or not record, but edit on the video. But I am gonna put like some type of painter's paint here, and I'm just gonna write the mileage of when I personally did the timing belt. That was a very fun experience, but very difficult too. I'll explain later when like we get the timing belt cover off. I'll show you like what to look for and all that good stuff. Probably put it like right here. So I'm gonna put the tape right there, and I still remember the mileage of when I did it. It was 98,183. So 98,183 times belt done. So here we are. So that when I mount this on, and eventually when a new owner gets the car, he could kind of see like, hey, this is when the timing belt was done. And you're usually supposed to service your timing belt every 90k miles, give or take. Or I don't remember the miles supposed to be for it. You look it up. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Yeah, once my sister's done rinsing that off, I'm actually gonna take the wing off today, and I'm going to put some gasket maker. Because if you guys remember on a previous video where the Suzie will be going, Oregon, it does rain a lot up there. So I don't want the water to go under the wing and go right in through the holes of where the trunk would be at. So I'm definitely gonna use a gasket maker and let it dry. And after it's dried and cured, which is like 90 minutes, that's what it says on this thing. Then I'm gonna mount the wing right on top of that and back, and it should be sealed. I'll probably water test it too, like the next day or so, and see if water gets in there. Okay, so while she's doing that, let's go to the Subaru and start working on getting that coolant out, so we can eventually work on getting the timing belt covered. All right, so now that we're back, we basically drained the coolant. We took the radiator support stands on both sides. I drained the coolant. That is a 19mm socket down there. You can't really see it, but there. You know, obviously take off the hoses here, and then, you know, open this up. It'll speed the process of getting the coolant to come out a lot faster down there. I already took off the AC, no, I'm sorry, not AC, alternator pulley, and then the crank pulley right there. I took the belt off, that comes off there. Basically what I'm gonna do now is take the top radiator hose, the bottom one, and then for this one, for the crank pulley, you can actually take a 22mm socket, and you could use a tool like this. There, if you guys can see it, says 22mm. Basically, you can have the crank of the engine help you here. And how you would do that is basically, if the radiator is out already, you would just insert this and have it lean on the support frame, or on the frame, I'm sorry, right there on the corner. So as when you turn on the engine, it's gonna rotate clockwise, and this is gonna be held in place because of the frame that's right here. If you guys can't see, right here, I'm touching it at the end of my long socket. And basically you're only going to crank the engine one time, and it would take that bolt that holds the crank pulley in place loose. And that's how I did it. So my type of recording is going to be a little different because I'm by myself. I don't really have anyone to help me hold and record at the same time. So I'm just going to take this off, take the pulley off, and then we'll start to get into the good part, which is taking the timing belt, the timing belt covers off. We're going to inspect the belt, and then if everything looks good, we'll take this damaged one off right here, and then we'll put on a new one. So hang tight, let me take all of this off, and then I'll continue recording again. All right, so I took it off. This is what the type of damage it looks like. So it looked like when the AC pulley belt, or the AC pulley belt tensioner, when that plastic thing fell, it looks like it blew up or something like that, and you could see where it damaged this part and it slashed, because probably, yeah, it did happen when I was driving the Suzie. So it looked like the crank pulley was pulling, and it probably slashed and then blew up, and then you could see where it just kind of dragged and it carved into the old timing belt cover. This thing did its job though. I'm very thankful, because inspecting the components on the inside, everything seems to be well in place. The timing belt retentioners seem to be all fine. When I did this job, I also added what do you call this, whiteout, you know, to help mark timing when I did it. There's some here in the corner, and then if you look down here, there's more timing marks there in the bottom, right up here, and it looks good. You know, these are notorious for being either over torqued or just hard to get out. Those are the camshaft bolts. You know, it doesn't look like oil's leaking out from anywhere in here, so new owner should be fine. Yeah, I don't remember the belt that I used here, but it was like a HKS reinforced timing belt kit. It was like $675 from RCM, I think, where I bought the kit from. Great company, you know, shout out to them. And then here, sorry for the bad angle and everything, but here's gonna be the new one. Looks pretty spot on. I don't know if I could take this timing belt cover and put it onto this one. I'm gonna try, but yeah, seems pretty identical. Oh dang, look at this part too. Looks like somebody cut this. I just realized that just now. Look, you could see where it kind of, somebody cut into that. You see that part's missing, and here's the newer one, and this is there. I don't know if that will be a problem. I don't think so, but we'll find out when we try to put everything back together. And then there is the timing belt tensioner. That was a fun thing. But all right, everything looks good, so I'm gonna put the timing belt covers back on, assemble everything back together, and then we'll see how it looks. There's the good old famous EJ OEM header. I was eventually gonna take these off and then have the manifolds ported and then put it back on, but you know, depending on what the new owner's gonna do, you know, I'll leave that all up to him. Looking forward to what he has for this car. So yeah, with no further ado, let me put everything back together, and then we'll start the recording again. All right guys, so I was putting everything back together and I realized it wasn't sealing properly. I was thinking, like, what am I doing wrong? The bolts are tying properly, and here's why. So not only was there a top gasket, as you guys could see, but look, here's a bottom one as well. So remember, if you guys are ever changing out your timing belt cover, there's a top seal right here, and then here's a bottom one. So I'm gonna grab the old one from here, and then I'm just gonna transfer it over just like so. So it should be just an easy pop off like this, and then I just stick it on like so, and just be gentle. You know, it's not a rush, it's not a race. You know, when you do everything, you want to think of it like what we did in the Marines, is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. All right, and it looks like there should have been maybe a bottom one right here. but I don't have that. And if I tried to order it, it would take too long. So I'm just gonna leave it like the way how I found it per se. You know, when I had the car, it was running like that since I got it, and there was never really any issues. So I'm pretty sure it should be good for the new owner as well. So I'm gonna call it good there. So let me bolt this up and then put everything back together, and then we'll put the radiator back on as well. I don't know if I can do the coolant today because I don't know if I have some in my garage, but I'll definitely take a look at that. So all right, let's go clean this all up and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we're almost about to start. So I got that sprayed and rinsed. Trying to take out as most of the rust out with a steel wool cleaner right there, or steel brush, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna get this bolt with the crank pulley in there. Might as well do that now. So guys, before you ever start, you see how it has this metal piece right here, right under it, you see it? So make sure when you put this on, they gotta line up just like that. So obviously it would be facing this way down, right? So that little arch, got to make sure it lines up with the little arch that you see right down there. So I don't know if I can shoot that, but we'll give it a go here. Alright guys, so let me pause it because it's giving me a little bit of trouble. Can't slide it in properly. But basically, once it's on, we're gonna torque it first to 33 foot-pounds, and then after 33, 133, and then we can put the belts and everything back together. So if you guys can see it, because I know I can't, should be right there. It should be in, so we could slowly start putting the bolt back in. And basically we're gonna spin this all the way up into 133 foot-pounds. So let me find a socket, the 22 socket. Damn it, where is that thing that I just had? I probably left it in the car. So let's check in the car. And yep, it's right there. So let me do this and then we'll continue on. Okay, so excuse the music. My neighbors are bumping it. But you see how I use my old, I don't know, power steering alternator crank pulley. So you see, you just wrap it around here, wrap it around your crank pulley, and then pinch the corner, and you see how the resistance of it trying to rotate clockwise, and it pinches this corner, and now you can take it undone. So let me try to do it. Basically here, you're gonna wrap it around the crank pulley like that, bring it over and start forming that pinch, and then make sure you start rotating your crank pulley clockwise, okay? Don't go counterclockwise. because then you're gonna mess up your timing and it's just gonna be all bad. You won't be able to start your engine. So here, pinch it, push down here on the corner like that, and then rotate your crank pulley clockwise, meaning going this way, not the opposite way, okay? Your cams and your pistons are not going to be happy if you did that. So once you do it, put it in there. The first torque is 33, and then the second one, which I already go ahead and did, is 133. And then after that, take this off, and then this should be torqued and it'll be good to go. I always recommend keeping your old belt, especially when there's a job like this where you have to take off your crank pulley. And the only reason why I don't use this Cam 23 tool is I could try to show you guys. I don't know if it'll fit. Part of that issue is like fitment. Yeah, you could rotate the crank pulley, try to get it to fit in there. Sorry guys with the angle. Cause see, once you got it fit in there, once it's fit in there, the problem is where's that torque wrench? Try to put it in there, and yeah, you don't. I mean, you can get it to move and stuff like that, but then you got like this clearance issue with this. So if you guys tried to go this route, you have to figure it out. The route that I showed you with the belt is way more simpler, guys. Trust me on that. You don't want to burn like how many hours just trying to figure that out. But okay, this is good. I can put the original belt back on. I should work on this so I can put the AC components back together as well. Oh, I should probably clean this as well while I'm at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and oh, my torque wrench just wanted to jump under the car. Cool. Go ahead and jump under the car, do the oil change. While I do that, I'm gonna do this top here. So appreciate your help, torque wrench. Good job on taking the initiative. Anyway, all right guys, and then I'll resume again when I can put everything back together. Okay guys, so I was trying to grab some tools in the garage, and with a stroke of luck, I found a bird in the garage. So my brother-in-law's like, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm gonna try to take care of this bird. It's really tiny, bro, look. Yeah, it was just in the garage, bro. I was like, what the hell? So I'm gonna try to find like a small cage and see if I can bring it to life. Probably it needs water or something like that. It's alright. I know, pretty crazy, huh? So yep, we're gonna take care of this little guy here, or little girl, whatever gender it is. When it's old enough, we'll release it back into the wild. So yeah, pretty interesting of events. But to give a little update on the STI, I was trying to clean this part right here, and I'm not going to reuse it because my boy there, Suzie, says it's a bad part and I should get a new one. There, do you hear your family? Who you calling? This is a very interesting STI repair / maintenance video for sure. But, you know, God led this bird to me, so I'm going to try to take care of it so it could come back to the wild. You calling your boys? I think there's something on its foot right there, so I'm gonna try to clean that up and then go from there. But all right, y'all. From me and the bird here, I'm gonna name it Gray because it's gray. From me and Gray, come back next time. We're almost done with the STI. At this point, I'll have to get that part that I just showed you guys, which was this one. I had to talk to my homie and get a new one. And then from there, we'll go from there, and then, yeah, we'll figure it out. Oh. Watch out, homie. So, until then, from me and Gray. Oh. From me and Gray. Have a great one, y'all. Okay, actually, Gray flew on his own. Okay, maybe the parents is in there somewhere. All right, Gray. Well, it was nice knowing you for a couple of seconds, I guess. There it is. There's Gray. Bye, Gray. All right, y'all. Sorry for the long video, but have a great one. Until next time, God bless. Sis, say bye to the fans quickly.